Hello everyone and welcome back to another Cupid Parasite. I think I said catch me if you can. We left off with Lynette being murdered by Allan, so I am very unsure of how this was going to turn out, and I have no thoughts. Like I can't even speculate. He said he's going to reincarnate her in another human. So we'll see if that goes according to his plan or not. And he wants her to fall in love with Gil so he can release her from godhood. But obviously this is Allan's route and they're going to end up together. So I don't know how that's going to turn around to where they can be happy together again. I guess we'll find out. Oh, and Clarice is a succubus apparently. Which I kind of figured. Alright. I saw a dream, a bizarre dream. I was wishing I wanted to go back somewhere. The sound of a distant wave, a warm, sweet scent in the air, a place I miss, a place I want to return to. When I was a little girl, I used to annoy my parents by crying a lot, wanting to go back somewhere. My mother tells me this is your home, but someone is waiting for me somewhere. That's what I feel. Oh my goodness. I was jolted out of my dream by the sound of a tinkling bell. Sounds like she's already been reincarnated. Oh, I dozed off again. Or we went back in time? I don't even know what's happening. It was my first class, romantic psychology. It was because I was working late last night. It was that strange dream again. I've had that dream several times since I was a kid. Now that I'm in college, I see it a lot. If he reincarnated her, is she still Cupid, or does she have like human memories now? Also, when did she become Cupid? Like, I have so many questions. Like, when you become the next Cupid, were you a human first? Were you manifested by the gods? So did she go back to being a human with human memory? I don't even know. I need to know these things. Anyway. But I didn't remember much of the content. It's just a dream that makes me feel nostalgic.
じゃあ、今日はここまで。来週締め切りのレポート。よく考えてくるように。
You wanna know Gil in this one? What? A report?
もう、またがっつり寝てたでしょ。顔にブレスレットの跡ついてるわよ。
So confused. What? What does she even say? Bracelet marks on your face. Okay. My thoughts are going so crazy that I don't even know like what's being said right now. I hurriedly looked into the mirror and I had taken out. I saw the marks on my cheeks. Probably because I was sleeping with my arm as a pillow. This bracelet is getting old now. I've been wearing this colored rubber bracelet since I was a child. Oh my goodness, I bet you that is Allan's bracelet. But she knows it from back being a child when she made it not too long ago with him. It's a bracelet with cobalt blue and white bands linked together.
いいかい。このブレスレットは外しちゃダメだ。寝るときもずっとつけておくんだ。
So she thinks this is all in her past.
ずっと。必ずこれが君を守るからね。
A gentle voice that I remember from time to time. My old memory about someone telling me not to take it off a long time ago. I wonder who that was. He had a wing, so maybe it was an angel? Maybe it's because I was told not to so many times that I never removed the bracelet. Now I don't feel comfortable without it. So, Clarice, would you mind telling me about the report?
仕方ないわね。カフェマキアート一杯で手を打つわ。サークル活動まで時間あるんでしょ?
Is she a succubus in this one too, or is he's just... Or she's just pretending again? I don't even know. The fact that she has like the same friends is kind of weird too. Yeah. Like that, I've been living a pleasant life. My major is romantic psychology. Recently, I've been doing research on the issue of declining birth and marriage rates. For some reason, I've always been curious about it, the stories of other people's love lives and their marriage rates. So I studied hard and enrolled at Lost Fork University. Now I'm studying romantic psychology, which I've always wanted. But I fell asleep. I better hold back a bit at my part-time job. After I put my books back into my bag, I left the classroom with Clarice. Does she want to work at Cupid Corp in this one too? It stopped raining. It was raining pretty hard when class started. Lucky me. We walked through the courtyard, which still had puddles of water, to the cafe on campus. I always had good luck. Once I had avoided a subway accident thanks to oversleeping. And I'd also been saved from being crushed by a falling tree. Whoa. That's when I tripped over a stone and fell. Well, so much for your luck. I splattered the contents of my bag on the ground and hurried to pick them up. That's when it happened. The car shot in front of me and went straight into the garden. It was a breath away from hitting me. That scared me.
ちょっと大丈夫?
Okay, yeah, I think so. Versus random car. I looked at the car sitting in the garden. I couldn't believe how close that was. If I hadn't tripped, I could have been struck. I really am lucky. This is because of her bracelet. I gathered up all the scattered textbooks and calmed Clarice down, who was yelling at the driver. We then headed toward the cafe. Don't even check on the driver. Call an ambulance. Maybe he's hurt. Whatever. Are you the one watching out for her? It is the bracelet, isn't it? I watched over her and I breathed a sigh of relief that I was able to protect her again today. Earlier, when she was about to be hit by a car, I tripped her over as fast as I could. She was able to get away.
しかし、転生しても彼女の魂があんなに悪魔好みだとはね。さすがにそこは誤算だった。
Why didn't you expect this? I mean, they were drooling over it back in the underworld. Even after reincarnating, her soul still maintained that same Cupidly allure. Usually when a human reincarnates, the shape and color of the soul changes. I guess a god is different from a human. Your human soul is wrapped around her existence as a goddess. Attractive colors are leaking out of the gap. Because of that, there are always low-ranking demons stalking her, trying to eat her.
しかも、成長するにつれ、容姿まで前世に似てくるしな。これも予想外だった。
Dang, how long has it been? Did he reincarnate her as a baby? And she's just... Okay. I don't know how long it's been then. I'm sure they'll tell us, but... Her soul even affects her appearance. Fortunately, I put her soul in a vessel that had a similar feel as her, so people wouldn't suspect her relation with her parents.
これが神の魂か。
What'd you do with the soul that you traded? Like, what'd you do with that one? Did you eat it? Anyway. The law of nature was forced to be changed. Imagine my great surprise when they gave her that name. She has the same appearance and the same name. They gave her that name. Did you... Did you reincarnate her in the womb then? Like, I'm so confused. As she becomes closer to her past self, I am becoming more and more fearful.
まるで運命の力があるべき姿に戻そうとしているみたいじゃないか。
Well, that's good, right? That's how it can turn around in the favor of the root, of the Allan root. Her soul seems to shine even brighter as she gets older. Because of that, more and more lesser demons started showing up. But she still had that bracelet I gave her, so none of them are able to get near her. So instead, they keep on trying to kill her from a distance. They're hoping to catch her in the instant before the soul is released from the body and starts to reincarnate.
だから目が離せないんだよな。
So he's just always watching out for her, trying to keep her alive. I promised I wouldn't be near her, but I am. I want to hide myself so she doesn't accidentally get her memories back. Oh, she can get her memories back. In my demon form, she shouldn't be able to see me, but somehow she can detect me.
彼女が赤ん坊の頃、俺の羽むしられかけたもんな。
That's adorable. So he did reincarnate her as like an infant. So I don't think he like implanted her soul into like a human being. I think he just took her soul, created a human, and then like gave her to some parents, I guess. Whether they birthed her or adopted her, I don't know. But so yeah, it's been a long time since she's been reincarnated. I wasn't imagining it. She can in fact see me.
多分彼女が神だからだろうな。悪魔として近づくこともできやしない。
If she couldn't see me, I could be around her 24/7 and protect her. But she can see me, so I have to watch over her from a distance. I felt that there was a chance that if she regained her memory, she will once again become a god. But if she continues to reincarnate, her power as a god should fade away. I will blend in with the wind and protect her so that she can live a happy human life. I don't understand where
俺
Clarice
が
fits
君
in.
を守ってみせる。何度転生してもずっと。
How long do demons live, though? Can you protect her forever? Ew. When I got home, I lay down on my bed. Then out of habit, I looked for a messenger, and I realized something. Massager, sorry. Every time I lay down on this bed, I have this urge to look for a nearby massager, Imichi. Even though I've never purchased one before. Oh, an email from Mom. Checking the phone, I saw an email from Mom. Apparently, she wanted to know how I've been doing. I was leaving alone to go to Lost York University, and Mom was worried about me. What about your godparents? Are they worried about you too? Why not have your friends as your roommates? She doesn't think I can live alone, does she? Everyone is sharing a dorm. I want to live with Clarice, but she said no, saying there were some unfortunate circumstances. Yeah, she can't have you regain your memories. Clarice is really popular, so maybe living with someone else would cause some problems. Obviously, she's not going to know Gil because Gil is like 20 years older by this point, right? Are we going to see any more of the Parasite 5 if they're like 20 years older? Anyway, I step up, heading into the living room to make some coffee, and then sat down on the bed again. She even got the same apartment. It's kind of funny. A mug with an image of an angel. I brought it from home. It's my favorite. The cup is a little old, but when I see the picture, it suits me. That's why I keep using it. Did you give your parents your mug too? It's so good. It would be perfect if I had some cake from Pierre Cormet Lost York from 2nd Avenue. But their cakes are a bit pricey for college students. That's why I have it for special occasions. I'm going to resist it today. I'll drink coffee and work on my report. I looked at the picture on the mug and wondered. This angel on the mug only has one wing. It also has a bizarre design. I noticed that the angel is reaching out in an odd way. Maybe this mug was made as a pair. Aw, did he keep the pair? It's so adorable. It's so sad too. Was there another one like this at home? It was weird, but I just continued drinking. Then I realized I was searching for the massager again. That poor animal. The next day, I was visiting my club, the Mythology Research Club. Is Rob going to be there? When I entered the classroom, I saw that fellow member Guile Lovecraft and Austin Aconite were already there. Their children? Is it their children? Guile, Austin, looks like you beat me here.
ああ、うん。それより昨日中庭で事故あったよね。大丈夫だった？
So I'm wondering if they think that she was just spirited away, because what, Aconite brought that up in a root about being spirited away. No, it was Gil's. He brought it up in Gil's root. But yeah, I guess they just moved on with their life. Yeah, I am okay. I nearly got hit. Gal gets overly worried, so I didn't elaborate. I sat next to the two and noticed they had their books already for the debate. You know, if she looks like her previous self, or started to, wouldn't, if she ever met them again, wouldn't they be like suspicious? See, this is the problem with like, it's not really an alternate reality, but at the same time, being reincarnated, living and growing up, it's kind of a distorted reality, kind of, but This is the problem. Like, who's going to recognize her? Who's not going to recognize her if she looks like her old self? Does she look enough like someone else to not be recognized? I don't know. So many questions, and I hate these kinds of things because I want to understand it all, but it's just something I can't understand. Too complicated. Which is why Marvel just like Marvel with the alternate universes and with everyone mixing in and Doctor Strange and Spider-Man and the blip, and it's just after a while I just don't get it anymore. Anyway.
いやー楽しみだな。今日の討論はアイオンについてだよね。
グノーシス主義って言うんだっけ。そういやおじさんが前に雑誌でいろいろ書いてたっけ。
That one uncle you said is a writer for an occult magazine.
そうそう、ギル・ラブクラフトって名前でやってるんだけどさ、20年ぐらい失恋を引きずってるんだよ。
20 years? That poor man. Okay, so this isn't Gil's son, this is Gil's nephew. He don't even get married even 20 years later. Oh my goodness. This is probably not Alkanite's son either, because he just sleeps around and doesn't take anything seriously. But I don't remember him having siblings. Maybe he did.
彼女が神隠しにあったんだなんて言っててさ、だから親戚の中で失恋パラサイトって呼ばれてる。
Yep, he thinks that she was spirited away.
ああ、俺そのおじさんに会ったことあるよ。俺の親戚の兄さんが仲いいらしくってさ、この間神話討論会連れてってくれた時に。
Oh wow, really? Your family seem to get along well together.
家族ぐるみって言うとなんか違うかな。俺のその兄さんは結構遠い親戚だし。
Distant relative, huh?
その親戚のお兄さんってシリウッド俳優のラウル・アコニットさんだよな。
What? Really? But Austin does look similar to Ralph Arcanite. Besides, his last name is the same as Ralph's too. They may not be close relatives, but they are related.
ああ、うん、そうそう。ラウル兄さん筋金入りの神話好きでさ、家にも山ほど資料があるんだ。
I wonder how they're related.
それでいろいろ聞いてるうちに俺も興味持っちゃって。
I see, so Austin got into mythology because of Ralph. I wonder why I am so into mythologies and demons. Mom and Dad are pretty vocal rationalists. They only believe in what they can proven through science, what can be proven through science. So they were pretty surprised when I told them I joined a club all about mythology. But personally, I've always been interested in books about angels and demons and things like that. So it wasn't that strange when I ended up joining the mythology club.
お、みんな集まってるな。
Someone's going to trigger her memory, I just know it. The door opened, the club leader and other club members came in.
ねえねえ、さっきリーダーと話してたんだけど、今度みんなでプール行かない？
The pool?
ほら、君たち新メンバーが入ってから一度も交流会やってなかっただろ。バーベキューとかもいいなーって思ったんだけど、今だとプールが気持ちいい時期だと思ってさ。どう？みんなで行かない？
What if we're gonna find Shelby at the pool? The club leader was looking over at the girl next to him. He probably likes her. The club leader must be shy. If he likes her, he should just tell her. For some reason, I have the urge to help their love blossom. For some reason. I don't like pools or the beach due to a healthy fear of drowning. Oh, really? But declining every time is a waste. Besides...
賛成。
俺も行きたい。君はどう？
Everyone else really wants to go. I feel bad saying no just because I can't swim. If everyone is together, it should be okay, right? Even if I started drowning, someone would come help me. I hope. Yeah. Your guardian demon will come help you. So I nodded in agreement. I'd like to go too.
じゃあ決まりだな。後でみんなのスケジュール確認させてくれ。では、今日の活動してくぞ。
The club leader writes today's agenda on the blackboard.
今日はアイオンについてだ。難しいテーマだから積極的に意見してくれ。時間の神と呼ばれることが一般的だが、それでは研究者として遠慮すぎる。 さまざまな可能性を探ってくれ。いつも言っているが、一般論というのは非常にギルティだからな。それではまずは競技に記載されている。
There he goes again, off on the same tangent as always. It's our usual mythology discussion. I concentrate on the topic. Ion, a being that can be regarded as a god, angel, or a spirit. Doctrine holds that it can be either a god or a demon. It's also both a man and a woman, a classic case of hermaphroditism. I don't know that word. I'm sure I recognize it if I heard it pronounced, but it was said that it gave birth to us humans. At the same time, it is also said to be a false god. Mythology is so mysterious. From a few alluring words, so many interpretations are born. If you could trace them all the way back to their source, perhaps gods and demons are one and the same. I got a sudden headache. More than just pain, I suddenly felt unsettled. I tried to pay attention to the discussion. I couldn't explain why, but I was really invested in it. At the same time, why was I suddenly filled with sorrow? Your memories are going to come back. It's inevitable. That was pretty short. The devil gave us time. Is Allan the god of time? Is he Ion? Could be. Because apparently Ion could be anything. A few days later, members of the Mythology Research Club gathered at the pool. It was a pretty famous meetup spot in the city. Everyone looks like they're having fun. I sat on the edge of the pool with just my feet in the water and watched everyone playing. The club leader definitely likes that girl. I've been off to one side by myself, just watching everyone else. I did try to join it earlier, but I got a leg cramp right away and had to take a break. Guile helped me out from the pool and went to go get some drinks. As for Austin,
あなたラウル・アコニットの若い頃にそっくり。ねえ、一緒に遊ばない？
え、そうよく言われるんだ。
well, he was popular. There are only 3 freshmen in the club. The rest are all older, so it's kind of hard to hang out with them naturally. So I have no choice but to sit alone quietly since Guile and Austin are gone. I want to go swim some more, but my leg is still cramping. I splashed the water with my feet as I pondered on what to do. All of a sudden, something grabbed my leg. Oh my goodness. Huh? I was pulled into the pool and fell into it. The demon. Oh no. What? I thought it was someone messing around, but I saw an ominous dark cloud. Oh no. Is he gonna reveal himself this time? It's not a person. I tried to wave the dark cloud away, but it was no use. I struggled and pulled it, but that cloud wouldn't disappear. I tried to scream, swallowing water instead. It's painful. I can't float up. I'm going to drown. At that moment, I saw something shining dive into the water. Someone's hand pushed the cloud away and helped me up. I knew it. Cough, cough. He's not in his demon form, so he can approach her, I guess. I love that image. I coughed, trying to breathe in as much air as possible. Someone was rubbing my back. His large, warm hands gave me a strange sense of nostalgia. I felt this warm sensation when I used to be afraid as a kid. Aww, that's so adorable, so cute. He's comforted her for the last 20 years. Aww. Even at times when Mom and Dad weren't around, who helped me? I looked up with glimmering eyes. It was someone that I didn't know, but he seemed familiar somehow.
大丈夫。
I heard a soft voice, like a gentle spring breeze. I don't know why, but his voice sounds different than it did in the last few episodes. My gut told me that it belonged to someone who wanted to take care of me, someone who would never hurt me. Someone I'd been searching for all this time. I felt like I'd finally found the place I'd been trying to return to. I couldn't find my words, but my lips moved.
水 飲みすぎたか。今救急車を。
I'm alright. I'm sorry. I was just so surprised. As I answered, the person in front of me seemed relieved.
そっか。よかった。じゃあ、俺はこれで。
Wait. I grabbed his hands as he tried to walk away. Then I froze. What did I want to say to him? Have we met somewhere before? Would that be ironic? It's like one of the first things he's told you. It was so cliche that I could hardly bring myself to say it. Say it.
俺たち、前に会ったことあるよね。
Huh? A memory that I didn't recognize went through my mind. But did you recognize him? What was that? A strange feeling like deja vu. I tried to push it out of my head and pulled my phone out of my bag. Thank you so much for rescuing me. I'd like to thank you again properly, so can you please tell me your contact info? He's like, no. The man seemed startled and took a sudden step back. But I showed him my app code and he finally agreed to exchange info. Oh, really?
あんまり使ってないから、反応できなかったらごめんね。
It's okay. Sorry for the sudden request. I couldn't resist not exchanging contact information. I really don't want to lose track of him for some reason. What is your name? The contact info didn't have a name. I asked to register his name and he mumbled for a second.
そうだね。ギルって呼んでくれるかな。
Why did you choose Gil, of all people? Gil? That's the name as Gal's uncle. Is that you? But you don't look alike.
まあや、ガイルって子は知らないな。これは俺の相性みたいなもんだから。
It's just a nickname. A nickname. Then what's your real name? Is it Guilty? No, sorry, that can't be it. I mean, he does feel guilty, but I mentioned a mythology club term out of nowhere. I guess I still had the club leader's lecture stuck in my head. It doesn't have a great meaning, so I thought maybe Gil was a nicer version. I tried thinking of a more obvious answer, but...
そうそう、そんな感じ。ギルティ。有罪か。俺にはお似合いだな。
Man, they're gonna make me sad. Look at that face. I'm sorry. 20 years later, still guilty. Oh, I see. Then guilty, if you happen to have time after this.
あれ髪が濡れてる。まさかプールに入ったの？さっき足つってたのに大丈夫？
Guile ran over.
じゃあ、俺はこれで。
It says guilty. Oh, guilty. He went away. I wanted to thank him.
あれ足にあざができてるよ。大丈夫？今冷やすもの。
Huh? Oh, you're right. The other club members looked over when they heard Guile yell out.
あ、何かあったのか？
溺れたの？大丈夫？
Did you drown? I'm okay. I bumped my leg and got a bruise.
そっか、ならよかった。相変わらずガエル、彼女のことになると大げさね。
Definitely. He's always so overprotective. I don't have any siblings, but if I did have a brother, I feel like he'd be just like this. This bruise was caused by that dark cloud. I thought about what I saw in the water and got the chills. Things like that have always happened when I get near the water ever since I was a kid. Well, that would make me afraid of drowning too. This isn't the first time I saw that cloud. That thing assaulted me several times. But it is the first time it actually grabbed me. Before, it seemed like it was just watching me from afar. It was so scary. At the same time, I've never had anyone help me when the dark cloud appeared like that either. Guilty helped me, whoever he is. That can't be his real name, right? It's not exactly common, and it sounded like he was just rolling with it. However, regardless of his name, he had a scent that I faintly remembered. That's why I want to meet him again. This is why he didn't want to get near her, because then she'd be like, I must pursue you. There's something about you. And then you're going to end right back where you started. Will he meet me if I tell him I want to thank him? I hold my phone tight. It was strange that even though we had never met before, it didn't feel like the first time. Yep, now she's going to see you. I couldn't help but sigh as I looked at her contact info on my phone. I couldn't stop myself from stepping in, even though I knew I shouldn't meet her. Because of that, I couldn't come up with a decent fake name and used gills. It ended up being guilty. And that mythology club president kept repeating the word guilty, so it stuck out to me. That's probably why she said it too, but thinking about the actual meaning gets my heart racing a little. Because it felt like she was staring right through me, like she could see my sins.
何度も俺は罪を犯している。昔も今も。
It was a sin to reach out to her, to want to talk to her.
万が一にでも本名がバレたら、彼女が記憶を取り戻しかねない。絶対に知られないようにしないとな。
It would have been best if I had never met her, but...
でも、仕方ないじゃないか。あのままじゃ絶対溺れてた。
It's all because she took off that bracelet at the pool. Oh, really? I'm sure she didn't want any harm to come to it. But because of that, the lesser demons were able to get their hands on her. Oh, they can't touch her with the bracelet on? That's why they're trying to, like, run cars into her. If I hadn't rushed to save her, she would have drowned for sure, and those damn demons would have claimed her soul.
彼女を触ったから、多分しばらくは俺の匂いがついて、低級悪魔らは近寄れないはずだけど。まさかあの子がブレスレットを外すなんてな。つけておくように暗示をかけておいたのに。
Back when she was 2 years of age, I implored her to never take it off. That is why she never took that bracelet off.
でも、暗示が薄くなってるか。物心つくようになってからは近寄れなかったもんな。
The power I imbued within the bracelet is probably getting weaker too.
仕方ないか。あれを作ってからもう19年も経ってる。
That bright rubber bracelet that I made with her. It's getting pretty old, so its ability to deter demons is fading. But if I get too close to her, she might remember her past, so I can't do that either. The day has come. I'll need to find a way to infuse more power into it.
でも、少し外しただけですぐに殺されそうになるなんてな。
I don't know what would have happened if I wasn't watching. She's being targeted by demons because she has the soul of a god.
俺がずっと守らなきゃ。彼女が人間と結婚して幸せになる瞬間を、人としての人生を全うする時間を。
That's gotta be so exhausting. I'm still very curious to who she is and how he became this devoted to her. Suddenly I heard a message notification ping from the phone I was holding. I look at the screen and groan. It was a message from her saying that she wanted to thank me properly. He's like, sorry if I don't respond. A few days later. Is he actually going to respond though? I wonder if Guilty will come. Oh, did she get in contact with him? It's like he doesn't want to, but his love for her, it just compels him to respond even though he knows he shouldn't. I was waiting for Guilty at the Happy Forest Cafe alone. I wanted to do whatever I could to see him again and thank him properly for his help. I didn't get a reply, so I was feeling kind of down, but a few days later he got back to me and said he would meet for half an hour. I didn't want any second of that to go to waste, so I arrived 30 minutes earlier and waited patiently. My heart is pounding. I looked over at the cookies that I bought from Pierre Cormier last York as a gift. Oh, he's gonna like that. I wasn't sure why I wanted to meet him again. Claire told me it's dangerous to meet up with some guy you only talk to once. She was totally against the whole thing. Yeah, I know. It's probably because he told her about it too. So I came here in secret. She has no idea I'm here. The door opened and Guilty appeared. Guilty!
なあ、うん。本当に来たんだね。
Guilty in the flesh. I'm sorry to bother you. I really wanted to thank you for your help. I pick up the drink menu. We give him bubble tea. I forgot. I keep forgetting about the choices every time I start these things. Let's see. Okay, this is the second save file, and you ask what to drink. Go back. Okay, ask him what to drink. What would you like to drink?
なあ、うん。ウィンナーコーヒーにしようかな。
Can we have one Vienna coffee, please? After I placed the order, Guilty sat down in front of me with a slight smile. I thought it would be a good idea to chat a bit, so I started talking about the first thing that came to my mind. One time I met someone who thought Vienna coffee actually had Vienna sausages in it. I laughed until my stomach hurt. Who said that? Was it him? Like, I don't think it was very funny. I always think of that when I order a Vienna coffee. Weirdly, I can't actually remember who I was with when that happened. But the name is so similar, I guess it makes sense. Has that ever happened to you, Guilty?
そうだね。俺も同じようなこと言って笑われたことがあった気がする。
You actually told her that? That you said it to someone and she laughed? Lots of people think the same thing, huh? They should change the name to something more obvious, like whipped cream coffee. As we sat there joking around, I casually pulled out the present I'd gotten him. Thank you so much for the other day. If you don't mind, please take this.
ここの放送って。
He knows it. They're cookies from Pierre Gourmet, Lost York on 2nd Avenue. I love their cakes, but I heard that their cookies are excellent too.
え、そっか。奇遇だね。俺もあそこのケーキが好きなんだ。
You're just going to help her along by telling her all these things that are true. He made a sorrowful expression as he said that. I felt like I've seen that expression plenty of times before, eyes that were trying to hide the pain buried somewhere deep inside. But this was our second time meeting, so why did I think I've seen it plenty of times? I see. That's great.
でも、なんか悪いな。大学生には高かっただろう。
Fine, because you're my savior. Please take them.
そっか。じゃあ、ありがたく受け取るよ。実は、こういう酸っぱいものが好きなんだ。
That's funny because she didn't correct him. He still thinks we're sour. I wonder if that's going to trigger anything. He made a sweet smile and took the gift. Sour? This is the first time I met someone who says sweet is sour. First time, right? I was overcome by that same feeling I felt earlier, an inexplicable sense of happiness at the fact that I got to be there with him. My confusion must have been obvious because he started to look worried.
体は大丈夫。溺れた時、どこか怪我とかしなかった？
I'm fine, but thank you. It seems like every time I get near a body of water, I end up nearly drowning.
よく溺れる。
Every time I go into the water, I get a leg cramp. That is why I try to avoid swimming. But that day I actually fell in. Some kind of strange cloud pulled me in, but that's pretty hard to swallow, so I left that part out. I always get into trouble like that at pools and beaches.
そうなんだ。
I went to the beach a lot as a kid, but I nearly drowned every time. When I was so young, I don't really remember the details. I just remember it was really painful. Painful and dark. But someone rescued me back then too. I wonder who it might have been. So because of that, I can't swim. I would drown every single time, so my parents told me not to go into the water. Even though I like the beach. I really wanted to enjoy the water. But no matter how much I stretch to prepare, I get a cramp, so I sort of gave up on that.
海好きなの？
Yes, I get a sense of nostalgia when I go. It feels like I'm going back to somewhere familiar. That's why I like to go more often.
じゃあ一緒に行こうか。
You know, for someone who doesn't want her to get her memory back, you sure are indulging her, aren't you? Huh? My eyes darted toward Guilty's face. He had an expression that looked like he'd done something wrong.
いや、それは。
You go to the beach with me, for real? I quickly approached him, willing him not to take back his offer. He seemed pretty startled. For some reason, the whole scene left me feeling really nostalgic. Why do I keep thinking his reactions are so familiar? I just met him. He looked like he was searching for the right thing to say. Finally, he gave up and simply nodded.
一回だけなら。あくまでも保護者としてね。
Guardian demon. Yes, I'm so happy. Thank you so much, Guilty. He made a small smile when I showed my happiness. He said guardian, which I could only assume meant he was treating me like a child. Then how about next Saturday we go to the Right Skirt Beach?
了解。開けておくよ。
Alright, thank you so much. I live in Lost York, but I've never been to Right Skirt Beach. I've always wanted to go.
そっか。よかった。じゃあ、俺もう行くから。クッキーありがとう。あ、そうだ。もし足がよくつるなら、魚の肝臓と心臓をいぶしてみるといいよ。
Sounds really gross. Fish liver and heart. Isn't something like that written in the book of Cupid? It's how you avoid Asmodeus? I'm pretty sure that had come up at my mythology club before.
そう。よく知ってるね。案外聞くからやってごらん。
Guilty then left money on the table and quickly departed. Gone already. Guilty is a strange person. He seemed to know about the Book of Tobit. I wonder how he knows a lot about exorcism. He's so kind for listening to my sudden request, but still he seems to want to keep some kind of distance. It was just as true today as the day we met. But if he didn't want to see me again, he wouldn't have come, right? I didn't understand his actions, but I was thrilled at the idea of getting to go to the beach with him. I wish he let me pay for the coffee too. He's probably being generous. Because I'm still a college student and he's an adult. Guardian, huh? He's caring in a way that's different from Giles' fretting. I remained at the cafe alone and sipped my coffee. It was weird, but I was feeling strangely calm. You back in demon form? Yep. I put my hands on top of my head as I reached a safe distance where I could look back at her. She looked so sad when she said she wanted to go to the beach. I couldn't help but ask her out. I know I shouldn't get near her, but all I want to do is make all her wishes come true. See, he's so adorable and caring. He's like, I know I shouldn't, but I just have to for her. For as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to take care of her more than anything else, from the very first moment.
そういや、あの時も、あの子からやり出したんだよな。
Maybe it was because I could remember all the things she'd done in the past. Thinking about those bygone days brought fresh pain to my heart. One more time. Just one more time.
君を海へ連れて行ったら、今度こそ、姿を隠すから。
Something's going to happen on the beach, isn't it? So please forgive me. I stared down at the ground in deep remorse. I had no idea who I was asking for forgiveness from. Something's going to happen at the beach. Because Allan just can't never see her again, right? After I left the cafe, I was walking through the streets of the city. There was a skip in my step as I was looking so forward to the promised beach date. I'm so happy. I was just so elated to be going to the beach with him. I had no idea why I wanted to go with someone I've never met before so badly. For some reason, I felt I would be safe from drowning with Guilty there. After all, he's the person who saved me from that dark cloud. He feels so familiar to me somehow. His eyes are so gentle too. For some reason, I feel closer to him than even my parents. I wonder why. If there's such a thing as past lives, maybe we were together there. There you go. This must be what they call love at first sight. See, even if the effects of the Cupid arrow wears off, she'll still be in love with you. As I was walking, I heard a cheer go up. I looked back and saw a wedding taking place. A woman in a shiny white dress was tossing the bouquet. Flower petals fell all around her. Oh. You see, feathers. Huh? A memory from some unknown past flashed through my brain, like a mirage during the day. There's the crystals again. It was like a daydream where someone I didn't know was making a flower crown for me. Oh? I'm cheerfully walking forward with my hands clasped in front of me, wearing a gorgeous flower crown, placing rings made of petals on each other's fingers, acting like a real wedding, but like one out of a school children's play. But where could this be? It's gotta be Allan in her dream. Still doesn't tell us who he is. Felt shaken by the memory that I had to brace myself against a nearby building. What was that? It must have been from when I was a child, but I don't recognize the other person. But it felt like such a nostalgic moment. It gave me a sharp desire to go back. Go back to where? The beach, obviously, where the crystals are. It's at the end. Wow. Not meant to be on stage. This is where I'm going to stop the episode because I feel like something's going to happen at the beach and we're going to get another CG. So I think as long as it comes out to be close to an hour is where I want to end the episodes, and it'll make editing easier and it'll be easier for me to stay ahead so I don't, you know, spend days in between posts, because I really don't want to do that. I want to finish this series. And I eventually want to get back into Code Realize and finish Finishes so I can change the playlist to completed so that way everyone knows that it is a completed series and there's not missing things in it. And that will satisfy the perfectionist in me as well. Or the completionist as well. Anyway, so if you guys did enjoy, drop a like down below and or subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.